This maths lesson is going to be measuring in meters. So yesterday we learnt about measuring in centimeters. Did you use one of these? That says 30 centimeters. So today we're going to learn about measuring in meters. Now, I wonder what sort of thing you would use to measure in centimeters. What sort of size of thing? Something small. Here's Puppy. Say hello, Puppy. Oh. So you'd measure him in centimeters. So how tall do you think he might be? Let's have a look. So I'm going to measure him. "22 centimeters. So it wouldn't be much point measuring him with a meter stick, would it? So how about something a bit taller? So for example, the plant behind me. Would you measure that with one of these? Or the door? Would you measure that, a door, with this, or something taller, like the size of the floor from the floor to the ceiling? Would you measure it with the centimeters? What would you use? Ah, that's right, meter. So I don't think you'll have meter sticks at home like we would at school. So today what we're going to do first of all is we're going to make a meter strip. So you can do all your measuring. So first of all you need a piece of A4 paper like this. And what I've done is I've measured 25 centimeters with my ruler. Okay, and I've done it on the flat, and then I've done a dotted line where it's 25 centimeters. Can you see it? Okay, so got that, and then what I did, using the ruler, I did 4 lines. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are 4 lines, so there's one bit that I don't actually need. So the narrowest one, I'm going to scribble it out. There we go. So I don't need that one. Don't need that one. So then I get my scissors and I cut it. Okay, I'm going to use bigger scissors because it's quicker. So you cut that. So the one with the scribble on, you don't need, so you can put that in the bin, and then you cut the other 4. So there's 3 lines that you cut, 1, 2, 3, and then you should end up with 4 strips, all with a dotted line at the end, because that measures what? 25 centimeters. Now, why have I done 25 centimeters, I wonder? So 25 add 25 is 50, that's right. And 50 add 50 is 100, that's right. And how many centimeters do you think there are in 1 meter? Yeah, well done, 100 centimeters. So half a meter is a half of 100 centimeters. So what's half of 100 centimeters? Well done, 50 centimeters. So half of 100 centimeters is 50 centimeters. Half of a meter is 50 centimeters. Now, what's a quarter of a meter? So do you remember, to find a quarter, we halve the number and halve it again. Yeah, so 100, half of 100 is 50. Half of 50 is 25. Well done. So a quarter of a meter is 25 centimeters. Well done. So each of these strips up to the dotted line is 25 centimeters. Okay, now to make my strip, what I did is I glued next strip just below the dotted line. Just below, okay? So I did that with all the strips, and on the very last strip I cut it off, otherwise it would be a bit too long. Okay, so here's my finished strip. It's quite long. Now this would be much better to measure the plant with or the door. Now what I did first of all, on all the joins, I did 1/4, 25 centimetres, then I did 50, then I did 75, and then I did 100. And then what I did, I decided to put the 10s in, but you don't have to do that, only do that if you want to. So I measured that with my St Benedict's ruler here. And so there you go. So now for the lesson, you've got your strip ready to think, well, is the plant more or less or the same as, oh, it's much more, isn't it? So I'd have to measure much more than 1 metre. Now, is Mrs. Lovelace more than a metre? I think so. And so you measure, so you measure all the things with this, and you say, is it less than a metre? So you can estimate first, is it going to be less than a metre, or more than 1 metre? Okay, so estimate first and then you measure. Now, in the work that I've put up on Firefly and Microsoft Teams, it says about the classroom quite a lot, and I couldn't edit it. So where it says classroom, it means your house now. So if it says measure your classroom, it means measure the room you're working in. If it says measure the school hall, then you can measure your corridor, your hallway, or your garden. You choose, okay? And then just you can write what you can cross out the thing and write what you actually measured. Okay, I hope you have a great time measuring. Now at the beginning of the video I forgot to say what you need for this lesson. So you need a ruler, 30 centimetre ruler, okay, oops, upside down, and then you need a pair of scissors, you need a pencil, you need felt tip to mark the big centimetres, a 25 centimetres, and then if you want to do another colour with the 10 centimetres, and you also need some glue. Okay, have a great time measuring. Bye.